Tonight, suspect in custody. After a police search, the man wanted in connection to a shooting in Evelyn is now facing charges. Plus, those without a home are speaking out as their camps are shut down and they're left with little options for shelter. And later, banning guns at polling places. States are taking that step as the election closes in.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, we're learning the man wanted in connection to a shooting and assault earlier today in Evelyn is in custody. According to Evelyn police, Jamar Maurice Smith was arrested just after 6 o'clock this evening. CBS 3's Ryan Campo has been following this situation today and has the details.
Kristen, good evening to you. The scene behind me here is quiet and dark, but 12 hours ago, police say Jamar Smith shot a man and assaulted a woman in a vehicle. Smith is now in custody and being charged with second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon and domestic assault. The incident happened around 10:20 this morning on Hattrick Avenue in Evelyn. That's when police say Smith walked up to a car in a parking lot and shot a man in the head and assaulted the woman in the driver's seat of the car. The man who was taken to a local hospital, and the woman only suffered minor injuries. Police say Smith and the victims knew each other, but did not say what led up to the shooting. Several departments took part in the search for Smith, including the Evelyn Police Department, Virginia Police Department, St. Louis County Sheriff's Department, and the Minnesota State Patrol. Now, we haven't received an update on the condition of the male who suffered the gunshot wound to his head or the woman who was assaulted. We'll update you when we learn more. Kristen, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Ryan. Meanwhile, Duluth police are investigating after a shot was fired during an argument. It happened around 2:30 Friday morning near Nicollet Street and 56th Avenue West in the Spirit Valley neighborhood. Duluth police spoke to witnesses but could not find a suspect. Police say those involved knew each other. Let's check in with Caitlin now for a look at the weather. Some flurries out there this evening.
Yeah, it was coming down pretty good just a little bit ago, but not really sticking, which is good for right now at least. So we are going to be seeing the flurries kind of hang around for much of the night tonight into tomorrow morning. It's kind of just off and on flurries here and there. Some of it is a little bit heavier at times, but it's really not accumulating at all. And then tomorrow is becoming the next problem of when we're going to see some accumulating snowfall. And that does warrant a winter weather advisory. Most of Minnesota and central and northern Wisconsin, as well as the UP, is all under a winter weather advisory. That goes into effect at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, lasting all the way to 1 a.m. Wednesday morning for the Twin Ports and 5 o'clock in the morning for the Upper Peninsula. We are expecting some widespread snowfall accumulation as well. Temperatures right now sitting in the upper 20s, even some low 30s here along the lake. Here in the Twin Ports, we are seeing those flurries still, and that's going to continue off to our east by the overnight tonight. But as you head out the door tomorrow, 11 o'clock, snow is starting to move in from our west, so the Twin Ports still under cloudy skies. But then by 2 o'clock through the entire evening, do expect snow showers for the rest of the day. Coming up next, I'll have the timing and details on the latest.
All right, thanks, Caitlin. Today, the community came together to help members of a Duluth homeless camp move out. The camp, called the Point of Rocks, was located just above West Michigan Street in the city's Observation Hill neighborhood. Last week, police showed up and told members of the camp they had to clear out. CBS 3's John Cardinelli spoke with a woman living in the camp, as well as a member of the city council, to see what's being done to help fix this growing problem.
It's one big family that is getting ripped apart. It's like almost like they would rather see us die than us be normal human beings.
Kelly, who did not want to share her last name, has been homeless in Duluth for over a year, and she has lived in a homeless camp for the last 4 months.
It's heartbreaking. I mean, I know there's cruelty in the world, but wow, I didn't think it'd be that bad.
Last week, the HRA and Duluth police said the camp had to be cleared by Monday, citing an increase in crime in the area.
HRA is supposed to be the one that's supposed to be there to help us find them housing, get us our vouchers, and They're kicking us out of our only home.
On Monday, community members and the American Indian Movement, also known as AIM, showed up to help clear the area and give the homeless some necessities.
I got a case of water in my car. We got sandwiches, food, whatever you can give out, we do.
David Gerber is a member of AIM. Once homeless himself, he sees the camp as a problem due to a lack of resources for those who live there.
They need more programs up here also. It would help a lot of people.
Duluth City Councilor Renee Van Nett agrees.
There is something going on, so that's great.
Van Nett is also a member of AIM. She says the city is currently in talks of using a hotel as a possible place for those without a home to stay as temperatures drop.
It's called the Duluth Hotel, but I'm not sure of all the logistics. I was working with 3rd District Councilor Randorf about it, and we're talking some things through. Something that hopefully happens soon, as finding shelter is a known problem within the homeless community.
We need to see another shelter or two that'll house, men and women. So you got, what, 2 or 3 just shelters for just women, I guess.
Councilor Van Nett also said AIM is working with the community to set up yurts in people's backyards to house someone in need. We reached out to the mayor's office for comment on the clearing of the camp. We did not hear back. Meanwhile, 7 homeless people evicted from city parks in the Twin Cities area filed a lawsuit in federal district court today. The complaint is against Hennepin County, the city of Minneapolis, the heads of local law enforcement, and others. Mid-Minnesota Legal Aid and ACLU Minnesota partnered on the suit. It accuses the city and county of violating the rights of people living in the parks, forcing them to move without anywhere to go and destroying their property. It called the law enforcement sweeps cruel and wants them stopped.
They should not be viewed as disposable, tossed out of the parks, while the city, the county, and the park board and their authorities bulldoze their belongings and throw nearly everything our clients own into dumpsters.
Minneapolis city leaders say they saw an uptick in violence in the camps. They say they gave the camps plenty of notice to leave, but since they didn't, they had to involve law enforcement. The city also just approved $2 million to build tiny homes for the homeless. Almost $8 million is on its way to help agricultural producers, meat processors, and farmers in Minnesota. Governor Tim Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan made the announcement this morning while touring different farms. The money comes from the Federal CARES Act and will help farmers recover from COVID-19. It will also help them purchase new equipment and supplies. You can find more funding details on our website. Minnesota will see $500,000 to combat a deadly deer disease. Congressman Pete Stauber announced the more than $500,000 from the U.S. Department of Agriculture today. The funding will help research chronic wasting disease. It's a contagious neurological disease that affects deer, elk, and moose. Stauber said the funding is critical since hunting is an economic driver in our region. Capacity limits are back in place in Wisconsin. A judge today upheld Governor Tony Evers' order. Evers issued the order 2 weeks ago. It limits capacity at indoor places to 25%. A judge put the order on hold until it could be heard in court today. The owner of 2 restaurants in Superior, Rick Lampton, says he's not surprised by the ruling, but he says it's been tough trying to keep staff trained on the ever-changing rules, calling the situation frustrating. Lampton says his restaurants will likely be down 40 to 50% this year. He says they won't catch up until well into next year. Michigan is the latest state to ban guns at polling places. However, in Wisconsin, that's not the case. Our CBS affiliate in Wisconsin checked with local clerks and police to see if they're concerned about intimidation on November 3rd.
Only 11 states have laws explicitly prohibiting guns at polling places. Wisconsin is not one. But most public buildings, including libraries and schools, already prohibit bringing weapons inside. In Madison, at least.
All of our polling places have signs posted that there are no weapons in the facility.
Many local clerks told me they haven't trained poll workers for the next month's election yet. But aside from having police on call, there are currently no rules that prevent people from bringing weapons. Madison's Assistant Police Chief Paige Valenta said, "I think it's fair to say that officers will not increase patrolling at polls." Middleton's department will have more officers than usual working November 3rd, but they'll just be making sure locations close on time. There are, however, laws on campaigning too close to polls.
If somebody electioneering within that zone refuses to cooperate, then the police is called to help enforce.
The Wisconsin Elections Commission hopes to make these rules even clearer when it releases more information on Wednesday. Americans wanting to head north of the U.S. border won't be able to do so for a while longer. Today, Canada's public safety minister said COVID-19 travel restrictions will remain in place at the U.S.-Canada border until November 21st. The minister left open the possibility that it could be further extended to, quote, keep Canadians safe. The border has been closed since the spring. It impacts all non-essential travel. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, officers remember a retired canine officer who formed a special bond with the Duluth community.
And we've got flurries out there this evening, but I'm tracking accumulating snowfall for Tuesday and then another round come the end of the week. I'll have a look at your forecast next.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3. The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
To all our MediaCom customers, thank you.
We just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting us to keep your family connected.
We'll do whatever it takes.
Yep, we got you.
Thank you so much for being patient and your support.
You all are the reason that we do what we do, and we couldn't do it without you.
So thank you. We appreciate you, and please stay safe.
Thank you for being a part of our MediaCom family.
You're the best.
Thank you.
New Duluth Auto is the Duluth used car dealer. We have plenty of makes and models to choose from. Nissan, Honda, Toyota, and we even carry multiple options for our most popular vehicle, the Subaru Forester. Large cargo space, all-wheel drive, what's not to love? All of our vehicles are priced under $20,000. To make these deals even sweeter, there is a 1 to 5 year warranty included on all vehicles. Give us a call, stop by, or view our inventory online at newduluthauto.net. Because here at New Duluth Auto, we are your Duluth used car dealer.
We took a bad economy that was falling and turned it around. Trump took a good economy and drove it back into the ditch. Through his failure to get COVID under control, his failure to deliver real relief to working people. Does he not understand and see the tens of millions of people who've had to file for unemployment this year so far? The people who lost wages while the cost of groceries have gone up dramatically? Donald Trump has been almost singularly focused on the stock market, the Dow and NASDAQ. Not you, not your families. My plan will help create at least 5 million new, good-paying jobs and create them right here in the United States of America. Let's use this opportunity to take bold investments in American industry and innovation so the future is made in America. I'll be laser focused on working families. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
I am Robert. My wife, Katie.
I'm Holly.
Yes, you're Holly.
We are the 4th generation of a family farm. It has been more down times than good times. 2 years ago, a storm came through this area, took down our barn. Financially, it was unbearable. But Tina Smith and her staff, they came through big for us.
And she continues to be there for us. That's something I've never seen in a politician before. Really impressed me. I feel very fortunate to have her as our senator.
I'm Tina Smith, and I approve this message.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live, local, CBS 3. And now your Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Caitlin Moffett.
We do have some flurries out there this evening, and it came down at some points kind of a little bit harder than anticipated, but we're still not seeing any accumulation from that, and we're going to just continue to see those flurries and continue off to our east in the overnight hours tonight, and that's going to kind of taper off by your Tuesday morning. So this is kind of what the Doppler looks like right now. The Duluth saw a little bit of a heavier band kind of move through just about an hour or so ago. That's now moving across the South Shore right just northwest of Ashland currently, and then just some very light flurries up along the Iron Range. range. Otherwise, the National Weather Service has issued a winter weather advisory almost for the entire state of Minnesota, about half of Wisconsin, so that includes all of northern Wisconsin, and then, of course, the entire Upper Peninsula as well. Going into effect tomorrow at 1 o'clock, lasting until Wednesday at 1 a.m. So about a 12-hour advisory is in effect right now, which could be, of course, brought up to a winter storm warning if need be. Otherwise, we're looking at some accumulating snowfall, just some light snowfall again, like we saw Saturday to our north, but more widespread come tomorrow. Temperatures right now are in the 30s in Duluth, but notice we've got clouds keeping us a little bit warmer. If you look to the north by the international border, International Falls, Baudette are seeing clear skies and temperatures are dropping into the teens. So if they remain under clear skies, those temperatures will continue to drop come Tuesday morning, and they're going to be in those low teens versus us down here in the mid-20s by tomorrow morning. Timing out the snowfall as we head into your Tuesday morning, you're going to start off on a dry note. We're going to see clouds increase from our south and west, but it's going to be a very chilly start Tuesday morning. And then snow will start to enter the region. By 2 o'clock or so, the Twin Ports will start to see some light snow shower activity. Most of that bulk of the system will remain to our south, so the heavier snowfall is expected down to the south. We're still going to see, though, a light accumulation as well, because by 2 o'clock on, it will continue to snow. Therefore, your evening commute home in the roads will be affected, because we're going to see that light snowfall spread out across the entire region. You'll notice winds coming off of Lake Superior out of the east, so that's going to enhance some lake effect for those in the higher terrain spots along the North Shore, from the Twin Ports all the way up to Grand Marais. And then that's going to continue off and on by Wednesday morning. We'll see very light flurries just kind of wrapping around this system as a lot of cold air will settle in for a drier day on Wednesday ahead of our next larger system that we're going to be tracking come Thursday. So taking a look at some snowfall totals, we're looking at 2 to 4 inches for most of the region, mainly to our south, including Duluth as well, because the bulk of that system, like I mentioned, is to our south. So, of course, 1 to 3 inches to our north. The higher terrain is also in that dark blue region because of the chance for some lake effect snowfall, and then the South Shore sitting at 1 to 3 inches as well. If you're heading down to the Twin Cities tomorrow, expect higher snowfall totals for those, because that's where the system is going to kind of move up from. So they're going to see the main bulk of that system in terms of the higher rates. As it moves north, it's going to weaken, and we're going to get those lower rates here in the Twin Ports. Taking a look at your 3-day outlook, it is time to put the lawnmower away. I think winter has arrived here in the Northland. We've got snow coming tomorrow. We've got a dry day on Wednesday, and we've got another day on Thursday where we're watching a chance for a rain-snow mix. That one's still a little bit iffy as we're watching quite a bit of a system work its way in. Tuesday, you can expect, though, tomorrow afternoon to be seeing quite a bit of snowfall in your area. So tomorrow, temperatures are going to sit right around 36 degrees, rather cold all day because winds are going to be breezy at times as well. Wednesday, we'll get a brief break in the system as we sit in near 40-degree mark. And then that's what brings in the chance for Thursday, because temperatures are sitting at 40 degrees. That's kind of that rain, snow threshold. And so right now it's looking like major rain for the Twin Ports, snow to the north, and then mixing at night into some freezing rain. So, because temperatures do drop well below freezing overnight.
Sounds fun.
So, we've got a lot of weather in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I like the lawnmower to snow blower
I was wondering if you were going to like that
seasonal
one.
transitions is happening.
We got to make things fun.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Caitlin.
Yep.
A retired St. Louis County canine has passed away. Canine Kilo died last Wednesday. The 10-and-a-half-year-old had a history of health problems, but his death was unexpected. Kilo's handler, Sergeant Brandon Silliord, says he was able to talk Kilo through his last moments while he laid in his favorite spot. Before retiring, Kilo served with the St. Louis County Sheriff's Office for 9 years. Silliord says Kilo had a gift for working through tough conditions and for forming bonds with the community. As of right now, there are no plans for a public funeral, but Kilo will be remembered during a private ceremony with close family and friends. For the next few weeks, you can expect to see lane closures on I-35 here in Duluth. This is for our director, Ryan, here. He ran into some traffic earlier today. Northbound and southbound I-35 will have lane closures at 27th Avenue West and also near the Garfield Avenue overpass. These lane closures will remain in place for 3 to 4 weeks. The work will help crews build crossover ramps for the Twin Ports Interchange project. Ryan, now that you know about that, you can't be late for work tomorrow. Meanwhile, more people are flocking to Wisconsin state parks amid the coronavirus pandemic. Officials report a 12% increase in visitors and camping. The DNR says it pulled in more than $15 million from vehicle admission fees and trail passes from January through August. That's up 21% from the same period in 2019. With snow in the forecast, some Northland ski resorts are already preparing their hills for some winter fun. Lutsen Mountains tells us they plan on making snow by November 1st and plan to open the first part their season by the first part of November. The Four Giants Ridge in Biwabik, they've made snow twice already, and they typically open the Friday after Thanksgiving. We reached out to Spirit Mountain and Mont du Lac, but did not hear back. CVS Health is hiring 10,000 pharmacy technicians ahead of flu season. The company needs help administering COVID-19 tests and flu shots. This expanded scope of practice allows trained pharmacy techs to administer COVID-19 vaccinations once they are available. CVS is also recruiting several thousand work-from-home customer service rep positions. If you're interested, you can apply online. Still to come, the Supreme Court says it will hear a case challenging funding for the Trump administration's border wall. More on that right after the break.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now lease an F-150 for just $299 a month. That's just $299 a month. Only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
I hail from Canada, but I'm not a hockey player. I came here for soccer, but my journey at UWS has turned into much more than just an athletic endeavor. I have a lot to thank professors for allowing me the opportunity to have confidence in myself, whether it's on the field or in the classroom or on the campus, and I think that I really flourished. For me, my experience at UWS has truly allowed me to connect with who I am. You know, for such a small campus, I think it offers such a big experience. The name Superior truly fits this institution.
Even if you've never gotten a flu shot, 2020 is the year to do so. Memorial Medical Center, your local health departments, and area tribes are encouraging you to get a seasonal flu shot to protect yourself and others. A seasonal flu shot is the best defense against flu, especially when COVID-19 is still a risk.
Access North, celebrating 35 years of service throughout northeastern Minnesota.
The Center for Independent Living provides so many valuable services for so many people of varying disabilities.
Access North is a PCA choice provider for personal assistance. If the need is help with daily activities, ask about their homemaking services. Access North is now hiring for homemaking positions. Work for a great service provider. Contact Access North today.
It's time for the annual Subaru Love a Pet adoption event. Join us virtually this year. For the month of October, there will be discounted adoption fees for dogs and cats, along with featured pets of the day. Visit animalallies.net for featured pets and event details. Miller Hill Subaru and participating shelters are excited to find loving homes for pets and bring you this event virtually. Visit animalallies.net for adoptable pets and details.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
Boat inventory on select London 19 and 20 models available.
Classic Rock KQ is once again the Northland's #1 radio station. The KQ Morning Show, the most listened to radio program in the Northland. The KQ Train Wreck, the Northland's #1 afternoon show. Thank you for making us the Northland's #1 radio station. 95 KQDS.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
The Supreme Court said today it would hear cases challenging President Trump's border wall funding and asylum policies. The border wall case involves the Trump administration's attempts to use Pentagon funds to build more barriers at the U.S.-Mexico border. Lower courts have ruled the administration doesn't have the authority to divert the $2.5 billion in funding. However, the Supreme Court allowed border wall construction to continue while the appeals process proceeds. The asylum case involves the Trump administration's policy requiring asylum seekers to stay in Mexico while they wait for hearings in the U.S. Lower courts struck down the so-called Remain in Mexico policy, but the Supreme Court is allowing it to stay in effect pending appeals. Coming up in sports, trips to the Section 7A and 7AA section title games were on the line for boys and girls soccer. Those highlights coming up right after the break.
The Kelly Clarkson Show right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
Get $1,750 customer cash on a new 2020 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid. Toyota, let's go places.
The DTA is committed to the safety of our passengers and team members as we get you where you need to go safely. Our buses are rigorously inspected, sanitized, and maintained to provide safe, reliable transportation. For more information, visit us at DuluthTransit.com and plan your next trip.
Thinking about buying furniture, appliances, TV, or computer? Worried about your income during the pandemic? With EasyOwn, you can choose a payment plan that works for you. You can pay your loan off early without penalty and save money. We know that life can be turbulent, and if you can no longer afford your payments, return your items to EasyOwn. The loan can be canceled, and you can do business with us again when your situation improves. Buy the things you want with the payments you can afford at EasyOwn. Visit our website, EasyOwnDuluth.com.
I support Pete Stauber because Pete Stauber has working men and women's backs.
Pete Stauber has worked to get our economy reopened and bring jobs back to Minnesota.
Pete doesn't care about politics. He cares about doing his job and creating jobs for us.
Fighting for our jobs, fighting for our families, fighting for our way of life.
This isn't about politics. This is about protecting jobs in Minnesota. Pete Stauber's there for us when the rubber meets the road.
Pete Stauber for Congress.
I'm Pete Stauber, and I approve this message.
Donald Trump is lying about Medicare and Social Security. Trump's pushing to slash Medicare benefits. He's proposed eliminating the funding source for Social Security, a plan that would drain Social Security by 2023. Joe Biden will protect Medicare, and he's proposed a plan to increase Social Security benefits. The choice is clear. Donald Trump will cut Medicare and Social Security. Joe Biden will protect them.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Hello, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. For the month of October, we are offering free installation for bathtub, shower, safety tubs, and surrounds. Get your dream bathroom with free installation. As always, you can still get one of our great financing options for low monthly payments, or 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2022. This offer ends October 31st, so call us today or go online to book your appointment to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down-to-earth price.
My 95.7 is the Northland's best variety all day. From Ed Sheeran and Maroon 5 to Lady Gaga and Bryan Adams. Always family and office friendly. My 95.7, your life, your music.
Get $1,750 customer cash on a new 2020 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid. Toyota, let's go places.
It took a pair of upset wins to set up a Duluth-Denfeld Grand Rapids 7A semifinal soccer matchup. The game was scheduled to be played at Noble Hall Field tonight, but the field was snowy and frozen over this morning, so they made the last-minute call to move it to Duluth. The Thunderhawks and Hunters playing for a spot in the 7A finals. Just 7 minutes in, Keegan Chasty sends Simon Davidson on a run, and man, can he run, blows past the defenders and one touches it home. Denfeld strikes first. A few minutes later, Grant Chandler sets up Ulrich Mavogo in the middle, but Conrad Lazaro will have none of it. Might have been the only guy who could feel his fingers out there tonight. What a save. Just before the half, Joe Eklund sends Xavier Deckard on a run in space. One touch, one more goal. Denfeld would add 3 more for the 5-0 win. In 7AA semifinal action, the Duluth East Greyhounds complete the upset as they take down Andover 6-3. Kai Hoffman would lead the team with the hat trick. With the Greyhound win, plus Centennial taking down top-seeded Blaine. That means Duluth East will host Centennial in the Section 7AA Championship. The game is set for 5 p.m. on Thursday. The The top seed in Section 7A for girls soccer, the Cloquet Carleton Lumberjacks, continue to run the table. Coming into tonight's semifinal matchup, the team has outscored its opponent 17-1 in tournament play. Zimmerman and Cloquet Carleton facing off. Winner advances to the title game. Second half, Lumberjacks already up 1. They nearly make it 2. Couple good chances here, including one by Alexis Nesrud, but the goalkeeper Josephine Rowley shuts them down. They would keep applying pressure. Brenna Matson tracks down the ball and fires on net. She scores, making it 2-0. Then with just 8 seconds left on the clock, Nesrud gets it to go this time. She puts the game on ice with the Lumberjacks' third goal of the contest. Cloquet Carleton advances the Section 7A championship 3-0, the final. They get the winner of this one, Duluth, Marshall, and St. Francis under the lights and snow. Still scoreless to start the second half. Amelia McGifford up ahead for Baumlock Hagen. She's got space, but puts it just wide. Still no score, but a few minutes later, Hagen doesn't miss off the ball from Maren Friday. She buries it, and finally the Hilltoppers take the lead. Time winding down. They were looking for insurance goal. Hagen again in space, but it goes just off the post. It's one of those nights where they still get the win, 1-0 CEC against Marshall for the section title on Wednesday. There were rumblings late Sunday night that a deal between the Colorado Avalanche and former UMD goalie Hunter Miska was close, and today the team made it official, signing Miska to a 2-year, two-way contract. The North Branch native is coming off a season in which he appeared in 26 games for the Colorado Eagles, the AHL affiliate of the Avalanche. He would post a 16-6-3 record in net. Miska also served as the backup goaltender for the last 3 games of Colorado's second-round series against the Dallas Stars. Finally, the Duluth East boys hockey team released their schedule via their Twitter account today. They opened their season on December 5th, but the bigger news, they will finally be lacing it up against Hermantown. 2 powerhouse programs separated by just over 10 miles have not played since 1999. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Need a flu shot? Find flu booth dates and locations at essentiahealth.org.
Because of this, we built the most powerful Ford Explorer ever. Because of this, we built Ford Expedition with best-in-class towing. Because of this, we built Escape with Ford Copilot 360. And because Ford SUVs are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now get $5,000 total cash on Escape. That's $5,000 total cash, only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
It's coming. You ready? Because Toro's Snow Days sale is here. With the #1 brand in snowblowers, you will dominate winter. And now during Toro's Snow Days, get up to $100 off select 2-stage snowblowers, up to $40 off select 60-volt battery snowblowers, and up to $50 off select single-stage snowblowers. Plus great financing offers. Win winter with Toro.
We pick up the phone because it's ringing. Hello, this is Sam. That's simple human sense.
Ask J3 Insurance in Duluth if auto owners make sense for you.
So, you made it all the way up to the North Pole?
Yep, and the South. But I need good Medicare coverage so I can keep exploring.
Well, we have Medicare Advantage plans. Some starting at $0 a month.
Can I find them online?
Yeah, absolutely. Or you can give us a call.
Sounds good.
Well, our stop is just up ahead.
So that was the shortest ride I think I've ever been on.
Yeah, quarantine legs. Gotta work those muscles back up.
We've been down this road long enough, but Tom Tiffany wants to keep us going in the wrong direction. Even during a pandemic, Tiffany supports taking away protections for pre-existing conditions, kicking millions off their health insurance, and forcing you to pay more. There's another way. Tricia Zunker. Zunker will put our families first with better health care and help for small businesses, workers, and farmers to get our economy moving again. Tricia Zunker for Congress.
I'm Tricia Zunker, and I approve this message.
Duke is a man of few words and many songs.
Let freedom ring. Gone country. Going down till the sun comes up.
It's 102.5.
Duke FM.
almost 2 weeks since the rock world lost the legend Eddie Van Halen to cancer. Now 2 of his beautiful guitars will be going up for auction. One is a 2004 EVH Charvel art series that he played on stage. The other is a creation from Van Halen and his guitar tech that they made at his home. Julian's Auctions will sell them in December during an auction that also includes items from Kurt Cobain, Michael Jackson, and other superstars. Caitlin, I just feel like we're in full winter mode.
We are. It's here, I think, for the long run. So taking a quick check at the day planner for you tomorrow. Tuesday, you can expect snow to move into the Twin Ports by 2 o'clock and last throughout Wednesday morning. Dry conditions Wednesday afternoon, and then more rain and snow move back into the region for Thursday. So stay tuned to the latest updates. Of course, tune back in tomorrow morning to see what those latest are.
All right. You ready for that snow?
I guess.
It's here.
26 years of my life, so I know what to expect.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.